Yes. Is this working? Is this thing... Hello? Is this thing on? I think it's working. Yeah. Share notepad. No Stratic Dictionary. Just copied from that. Okay, what am I doing? I need to share a new window. Hold on. What is this? There we go. It stopped sharing. But we are so back. Oh, hey, look, a person. Sure do love Copilot in my Windows. This thing, I think I used it once. Yeah, use Microsoft 365. No, I don't want to, actually. Blah. Times New Roman. I have this. It's supposedly like a sign language writing thing. Georgia. I have this. The school year ended, so now I get to not have school for 2.5 months, which is amazing. Hello, humans. Welcome to live stream. Oh, I can. Oh, wow. I'm trying to learn some Hungarian because I have an online from Hungary. Hungarian seems hard. How many cases does that have? Isn't that like a Hungarian morphology? Is that a page? Is there a page that says Hungarian morphology? Agglutinating language. I don't know. Let's just go to a random Hungarian word. Water. Inflection, nominative, accusative, dative, instrumental, causal, final, translative, terminative, essive, formal, essive, modal, inessive, superessive, adessive, illative, sublative, allative, delative, ablative, non-attributive, possessive, singular, non-attributive, possessive, plural. Then there's all the possessive forms. There's first person singular, single possession, first person singular, multiple possessions. Actually, no, technically it would just be first person singular, possession, possessor. Singular word for my something. What does that mean? I should probably look up what that means before I say that. I love palatal, plosive, whatever. Hungarian translate, please. Oh, other way around. Oh. Any letter M remind me of object shown. Crumply. That sounds a. That is a very. It's a very. It sounds evil. The word sounds evil. I like. It sounds like some some evil counterpart from like some fairy tale from hundreds of years ago. Formal. Borgonya. Australian German ground pear. Colombia. And then this one, a loan one of uncertain origin, perhaps borrowed from French Borgogne or from Italian Borgogna. Why would that mean potato? I don't know. Why is there a formal and informal version of the word potato? Don't ask me. Live chat, all messages are visible. No one actually says Borgogna. Oh. Is that, have you heard that from your Hungarian friend? Crumply. Gone to some Slavic language, Grumpia, whatever. I love the sound. Lambda. I've heard from friend. I figured. Okay, here's what I can do. Stop sharing, go to this, and remove my bookmarks, because I don't want people to see that. Feeling Randy, yoink. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, he said it. I don't know what they expected him to say. It's fine with me. Just playing around. So come follow me all around town. Okay. Why is there a question mark there? I don't know. What's your favorite Roman numeral number? M. Sure. Oh no, I've made too many M's. Please help me destroy the M's. Says I have 0 viewers. I don't know what that's about. Ask a question. Thank you. Let's get it reversed. I don't know what to do. What's going on the BFDI live stream? They're about to hit 3 million subscribers. Live this 1,000 post split. The sweaters. Okay. What I don't want, like, I don't understand why, whenever I do a live stream, YouTube sends me a notification that says new live on your channel. Like, I know that. See, the optimal amount of holes in a wall is 0. But we don't live in a perfect world. Could do things and stuff. Technically, it calls into question what is doing things. What is an activity? And you realize nobody really, because there's not really a definition of an activity. I mean, you can look up definition of activity. Activity. State or quality of being active. Something done as an action. What is an action? Performing or doing something. What is doing? A deed or action. Okay, well, yeah, see, doing is action and action is doing, so we're stuck. Am I gonna get sick again? Yeah, great, that means I can sing Meet Me in September. And, uh... It's actually, how do I even pronounce that? Is it like the unrounded, or is it rounded? I think it's the rounded version, right? That's the round version. It's like all, but you round it, so all. Vojo. Really sounds like an O, kinda. Oh, I have this page muted. Oh, right, I forgot. I cannot be inputting audio and listening to audio at the same time, for whatever reason. I used to be able to, but now my headphones won't let me do that, and I don't know why. Should ask your headphones. I did attempt to try that. It was not. Didn't really tell me. They just kind of. Because remember, you can't listen and speak at the same time. Guess it's not really the same time, but you know, it would end up devolving into an argument anyway. What can I do? I need some visualizations. I need something for the people to watch. Alright. What can I do? I'm gonna I'm gonna attempt to do this. I have to have split screen. Because I know what a lot of people do is they'll have two monitors, but I only have one monitor. So here is a guest browser. What I could attempt to do, just for the fun of it, go on YouTube. .com and just click, just go on a guest account and go on shorts and see how that's and look like bro. Also, I can't listen to anything because yes, so maybe don't do that. Okay, so that's why I don't have any content because all my ideas suck. All my ideas are either good ideas that require too much effort to make that I'm willing to put in, or good, like really bad ideas that I'd actually have enough effort to do, but they're really bad anyways. I don't want to. Is it? What's going on here? Yeah, this. And I'm gonna post it into a server with all my friends. Actually, 2 different servers. And I can tell people are gonna watch it for like 2 seconds and then click off because I'm literally doing nothing. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, hey, look, a person already. Seems like somebody was online. Or maybe it was just a complete coincidence that someone happened to join right as I was sending those links. I guess we'll never know. Oh, hey, look, new person. This person, go to channel. What do you have on your channel? Nothing. You have nothing on your channel. Playlists. I don't feel like listening to music right now. Here's an idea I've had. If you go to the Wikipedia page for Proto-Germanic language, there is a list of sound changes that Proto-Indo-European to Proto-Germanic. And then if you go see phonological history of English, you get the rest of the way all the way to English. Which means that you could technically take any word, whether it's real or not, and make it into English. Which means, what if I took the entire Esperanto vocabulary? That's a bad start. Basically, what if Esperanto is a Germanic language? No, it'd be more like, what if Esperanto is English? And what if Esperanto is Proto-Indo-European and Iparith, whatever it'd be the whatever it is. Or maybe we could derive English from. Hold on. What if English was a Germanic language? I still have that other window open. I had a paint window open because I thought, in my mind, I just subconsciously thought you'd be able to see it, but I guess not. What if English was a Germanic language? There. English word book. R. What? Harness. Is that? How do you even? Oh, hey, my Google is crashing. Hey, look, my Google is crashing. Yay. Yay. One thing I was thinking of doing, right? Because you think British Dominic has a lot of vowels, right? British Dominic has a lot of vowels, but they only have like 6 vowel runes. They just have A, E, I, O, U, and then this, which is like some unknown front vowel, which you might be able to use to represent like this, but you know, that'd be a very rare case where it's only used in like the only commonly used word would be like this. So yeah, 5 vowel runes that we only know that we actually know how they're pronounced, and then we have all of this, which is not very. It's not a very good rune. It's not a very good. Because like this is all these. Wait, hold on. Screwed it up. See, this is why MS Paint has layers, but I'm not using it. This one is all these ones. There's not a nasal E. There's I. I was thinking, where did this come from? Then I realized it's kind of. I mean, it's kind of easy to see, right? A is like. O is. Delete that and round out at the corners. And then U is like. Because if it's taken from the Latin alphabet, then. Or like other related things, then that would make sense. Because it's just like V is how we would use U, and then they would use because W was kind of it was just like a non-syllabic U, so it was the same thing for them. Same thing with J and I. Oh hey look 3-person. We finally reached many. Am I getting sick? I swear to God, if I'm getting sick, I'm gonna just like I don't know. I tried creating an alphabet for Proto-Indo-European. Like how the word for 5 is like and square, whatever. But it also means hand. It used to mean hand. So you could think like, oh no way, it's ah, and then uh, P equals N confirmed. The same thing. And what would nose? Like, could N be nose? Could N be nose? Yeah. See, word for nose is neck. Smooth monodirum, which is no, it's really not. But that's pretty nifty, I'd say. We have the calligraphy pen, but the only problem is if you go too fast, like it looks either like this, but like, what is this? I don't like this. Someone took a bite out of my stroke. Is that? No way. This picture goes hard. Feel free to screenshot. Oh, well, I do consider myself quite the celebrity. You know you're famous if you can go back, if you look, if you can look at your sub count, turn around, and look at your sub count again, and it's different. There was a point where I was getting like multiple subs a day, and I thought it would continue like that, but it really didn't. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna change the sharing to this. There's this little blue box in the way. That's my camera that doesn't exist. It does exist. I downloaded a thing called Droid Cam, which basically let me connect my phone to my computer, and it let it work as a webcam. But if it's not connected, then it just shows like a blue square. But anyway, on November 16th, on November 16th, 2023, I had 8 subscribers. And by January 4th, 2024, I had 60. And it would like during this time period, I was gaining multiple subs a day. Now that's all changed. I've been growing pretty consistently since that time, 60 to 150. This one. This is my only video that continually gets views. And it's a short. I don't know why I posted this. I was bored and needed content. That's the only reason I post anything. It won't show me the subscriber gain thing. Reach. YouTube search shorts feed, browse features. Engagement. Audience. Mobile phone seems reasonable. Tablet seems reasonable. TV. People genuinely be watching shorts on TV. No, I don't want to watch this. Just my channel in general. Views by geography. United States and UK. Quarter of all my viewers are American. Seems pretty reasonable. Brazil. Wonder where that could be coming from. It's a lot of. Please use exports to view up to 500 results. Well, there's not even that many countries. What's the country? Who watches my videos the longest? Oh right, yeah, it's still the Netherlands. But what would like is can I see view percentage? Like how much percent of my videos do they watch on average? Where is there no border between these? Zoom in. Will it appear? There we go. There we go. It appears. Philippines. Why do I have so many Philippine viewers? That was here. This random. What did I post? What could I have posted on January 26, 2024 that could have gotten me so many Philippine viewers? I'm gonna look through my channel. January 26, 2024. How long ago was that? 1 year and 4 months and 3 days ago. Is it this? What could have granted me so many views around that time? Is it this? Was it the corny singing blind to no avail video? That was before. Had to be before that. Is the ithquill script generator video? That was. It has to be before the ithquill script generator video. No, wait. Yeah, before. Citric acid. It has to be before this. It has to be. I don't know what it could be. What could have possibly got me that? Views by video? Like what? Views by traffic source? No. No, views by content. Data oh wait, oh it was the one short that I posted. I understand it now. Okay. Still don't know why Philippine viewers prevail. Cities. What city are you watching me from? New York, Brazil. That's a city. New York. Shout out Dundalk. What is Dundalk? Dundalk. No, wait. No, Dundalk in USA. I don't. This. Viewer age 65 plus years is a bunch of 8-year-olds lying about it, especially around here. Viewer gender boys. Seems like split. Like exactly. Like if we ignore this because it's literally 0.3%. Like it's just. If we add this to that, it's literally just 0.3. Wait, what am I going? What am I saying? What am I saying? What am I saying? It's just a 2 to 1. That's what it is. It's 2 to 1 ratio. Twice as many males as females. Like almost exactly. On views by device type. Seems pretty standard. Views by operating system. Who's watching my videos on a Tizen? Who is watching my videos on PlayStation? Chrome OS. YouTube product. Who's watching me on YouTube Music? Say device type. Oh wait, I already tried that, didn't I? Translation use. 11. Subtitles and CC. When were there Hindi subtitles? What video on February 12th, 2025? Or maybe it was just. Did I post anything on February 12th, 2025? I don't know. I don't feel like looking right now. I don't know. Post? Post impressions by post. Seems legit. New and returning viewers. What do you mean unknown? Oh, I see. Hold on, how would I have impressions? This number. Impressions click through rate, this number. How does that equate to 0? I'm so confused. But yeah, returning viewers watch my videos longer. Makes sense. Why wouldn't they? Because when you think about it, if you enjoy my content, wow. Okay, playlist. Views from playlist. Views from the playlist. Many songs. People just looking through the many songs. I guess. No, 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 no. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick. I'm going to put this on screen. What's going on? Share. Wait, no. Hold on. There. Should probably mute this. Okay, yes, I am back. I have returned from my eternal slumber. Hello, people. Here's something that really annoys me. Runic transcriptions. Is that when like people like when they use the runic script for English, I'm fine with that if the community like is not a linguistics community and you just want to make it seem like if you're using it for a code for something. But what really annoys me is when people take this and transliterate it as this with the runes for T and H instead of just using this. Like it's so easy, and you know that there's a authority tester, and you could have done that, but you didn't. And now I'm mad because you didn't do that. Yes, there we go. And they were like, hey, look at me, I'm English. I have a different sound. I don't know. Blame my great grandfather for making me have that. If you say so. There is a, I don't know. Write that down. I don't. Which is true for many people. Summer break is 2.5 months. I just had my last day of school like yesterday. And I've already been live for an hour. Jesus. That's the thing. Because it's like, when I would do lives on my VR, and I still have that VR, but one of my friends that was on there hasn't been on since Christmas. So I don't know what happened. But after that, I kind of stopped playing. It's not summer here in the southern hemisphere. I copied that earlier. Is that? Hey, thanks. It's not summer here in the southern hemisphere. Okay, well, who didn't give me an O? Actually, no, you did give me an O. It's over here. Do you think those letters are too close? I think those letters are too close together. So I'm gonna have to put that away and use it again. Actually, no, hold on. I'm being stupid. I can just copy both of them at the same time. There. It's summer break because it's in summer. It is summer. It is the summertime. Get it. Get the reference. Get the reference. Get the reference. Okay. But I still have 2.5 months, which comparatively isn't a very long time. 2.5. I S. S is short for semis. That was. I'm gonna have to save this for later. I don't even care about the text. I care about the tilde. I care about the whatever this is. Whatever you're supposed to call this one's being used here. This is pristine. I'm copying this image. No, I'm cropping this image to just this and I'm saving it. Because this was absolutely pristine. Marker. Marker the green. How do I jump marker again? Uh, I don't know where the pen to my drawing pad went. Oh, hey, there it is. Now where's the actual pad? That's the. If you find something, let me know. 'Cause I need it. I'm gonna use it because it looks better if I use it. Step one, look under things. Oh, signed. Oh wait, yeah, I forgot. This thing doesn't use USB-C, it uses USB micro. And I just can't believe that was ever a thing. Plug's all dirty. That's okay with me. 'Cause I have no fear. Dry air. Cool dry air is cool. Okay, now that I actually have this, I can do that. If I draw the outside with like gray, well that, ooh, yeah, that works. Slightly italicized marker. How does the mark on the side go again? Is it like How do I do this? I don't know, just make a generic, only slightly aphantasic chat. There we go. Marker done with marker. The green. Like he always was. Okay. Now what? Natural pencil. I drew it like this. It was more optimal to do it like this. I don't know. Used to write G like this, but now I simplified it recently. Hey. Everything is going in and out of shambles. Nothing. Here's what I've discovered, actually, is that speaking another language is like acting. And if you're an actor and you can't get into character for your scenes, then you're not a very good actor, because you can sort of tell that you're not really like, you don't really mean what you're saying, and it's not really a situation you're actually in. The situation is not natural for you. You weren't born into that situation. It didn't come naturally to you. Same thing with speaking a different language. If you're speaking a different language, then that language didn't come naturally to you. It's not your native language. It doesn't feel natural. And so if you don't get into character for your language, that's an accent. And so if you don't want to have an accent, you need to get into character for the language. You need to trick your brain into thinking that it's your native language, or at least doing it well enough to know. At least doing it well enough to not be able to tell the difference. And so yeah, having an accent is bad acting. That's the philosophy. Because when you really think about it, if you're trying to write fast, then comma and Luca just become the same thing. Took Chinese for a few years, and now I cannot write squares any other way. Ow. Okay, natural pencil. It's like, oh, you have to use capital letters when you're writing. Yeah, maybe if I was carving into a rock. But I'm not doing that, so I'm going to use lowercase letters because they were meant for writing. Which makes me wonder, if the runic script had taken the place of the Latin script, if we took out the Latin script and replaced it with the runic script, what would the, what would the lowercase be? Like this? No, because that would be L. So it'd have to be like this. Or maybe L becomes a straight line, like it does in Latin. See, now we're cooking. We are absolutely cooking today. Yeah. Doing my thing, trying to have a good time. Yes, I can play all day, but I'll wait till the sun goes down before I make up my mind. Can I get a... It's freaky. I don't know. Would we like that? That seems reasonable. What if there was no dot under and the top line was a bit bigger and curved? So it'd look like this. And the dot was inside and it was watching you. I wonder if I remember I made that video on Sambucha's Toki Pona short. Well, it wasn't specifically talking about Toki Pona, it was talking about the hardest language, but it mentioned the easiest language. This. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Look. 120 words, right? If you look before he puts that there, OMG Oompa. Okay, so now we go to newest. You are wrong, English. Because he says the hardest language is English. I learned English at the age of 3, even though I'm Brazilian. Yeah, well, the age of 3 is kind of like the optimal time to learn a language. Was this made by Americans? The Oompa sex in the Toki Pona language. All of the comments are either just, what? No, English isn't the hardest language, it's the easiest language. And then it's there's 3 comments. Either people talking about why didn't you mention my language? People talking about English is really easy, or people talking about Toki Pona Oompa. Very interesting characters. Oh, what's this guy? Are you talking? Are you saying interesting as in you're actually interested, or did you just see the word Oompa and we're like, genuine question? So I wasted like 1 or 2 minutes just to find that English is the number one. So mad about. Let's be for real right now. In my opinion, English is extremely easy. Easy? What? Yes, I know Japanese. Bro, you've learned like 2 Duolingo sentences. Polish. Look at the Toki Pona symbol at the start, the bottom one. Look at it. Look at it. It says sex. Get it? Get it? English isn't the hardest. I speak it perfectly. If I started speaking fluent English at the age of 5, then I'm a genius. I don't think that's true. I think it's just your native language. Oh no, Chinese has gender neutral third person pronoun? What will I ever do? How is English hard? WTF? Oomba in Toki Pona has a sus symbol sus. Do these people even consciously type words? Like, or is it just like a reflex? Like, do the people that type these comments have they even gained consciousness yet? Like, randomly at like your 5th or 4th birthday party when you gain consciousness, like, I don't think that has happened. And Toki Pona, don't look up what Oompa means. The worst mistake of my life. Tokipona mentioned. I'm not even reading them anymore, dude. I'm just scrolling past them because they're all the same. Me English and Arabic. Good something. Does that just mean good? Is that just mean good in Arabic? I'd assume, right? Okay, yeah, it does. Oh, hello. Sorry, I had to mute my mic. I sneezed. Bro, I dare you to try Romanian. English is easy. Although I have like a notepad text file where I just compiled a bunch of really weird comments from Half as Interesting's Tokipona video. One person said, "Yeah, English being easy is such an Anglophone take." Nah, what the fuck thought of Unpa? Well, there. I'm answering your question. So you're telling me we speak the hardest language in the world? Bruh. I also think saying English is the hardest language is inherently wrong in and of itself, because you can't say that there is a hardest language. Like, that's just not a thing you can say. English is Arabic is the easiest language to me. Poland. Polish, then. To 35 forms of a single word. Other order of words in sentence. More orthography. No Q, V, X, but, Eogen, X, C, L, S, Z, Z, whatever. I'm from Poland. Oh yeah, speaking of the train ram emoji, can't believe that even lasted more than a week, dude. Did it even last a week? This guy's username is SkibbityMan18Z. Do I even need to say anything? Like, like, I don't get why people don't know the difficulty of learning languages relative. Exactly. Wait a sec. The easiest language had Unipa, and the pick was sus as F pound at percent. Wait, wait until this guy learns that English has multiple words for the same concept. I know Zulu. I'm from Sa. Oh, uh, the rectangle is because so I downloaded an app on my phone on my computer called Droid Cam, where if I wanted to, I could connect my phone to my computer and I could get a webcam going with my phone camera, but it pretty much just always thinks that it's connected, so even when there's no input. So when there's no input, it just shows blue. That's the explanation. So now you just have to deal with this. And I don't know. With all the abbreviations and brain rot stuff, I think we'll all forget English. That's true because language change. I'm gonna cry. Why is a PP in the Toki language? Everybody, report this video as a misinformation. Why? You know what? It's gonna be really bad, but I'm gonna try to rage bait this 8-year-old. What do you mean? I could speak English fluently at 9 to 10 years old. Yeah, and I memorized every flag at like 7. Shut up. Hold on. Okay, there we go. We are so back. Soki language. I don't understand why people think it's such a big deal. Like, hey, I hate to break it to you, but the English has multiple words for the same thing, so, you know. I know all the word in English, and I'm 9. What's a really obscure word in English? Somebody give me an obscure word in English to send to this guy. Like, not like an extremely long word, but like, this guy probably doesn't even know how to reply to comments anyway, so like, scrupulous? Sure. What does that mean? See, like, even I don't know what that means. Feels like it would mean like scrumptious. Precisely, wrongly. So kind of like carefully, but also worryingly, and also guiltily. Sure. Alright. He's probably, if the person even replies, because person probably doesn't even know how to reply to comments. Oh, no way. Polish has more conjugations. Arabic root system is not hard. Bro, my computer is just dying. These people, like, they don't even. Tram spam X a P. Speaking of that, there was one time, and like, it wasn't one time. It was just a thing he would do. Last year, one of my classmates, one of the things he would say XD out loud. It was and it was like he was homeschooled pretty much like every year before that. And so what happened was he was raised on YouTube, and it never actually really eh, like had that much social interaction. So what happened was he still thought poop jokes were funny, and yeah, there was one time because it was like a Christian school, like yeah, and so they were like, okay, guys, what do we want to pray for? Yeah, my cousin just died. X D, like, and he would barely ever get punished for things like that. I'm gonna turn on my fan. It's getting warm. English is easiest. I'm disappointed in your hardest language to learn. I'm not English, and I could speak it somewhat coherently at less than 12. I don't remember anymore. No one's talking about Toki Pono. What was the one somebody said earlier? Toka Pona, yeah. Opinion on the interrobang? It's cool. It'd be lovely to bring it back, but I don't think that'd be possible. No one's talking about Toki Pono Oompa, the biggest YouTube NPC. Let me guess. Why is Finnish not here? Is Finnish language a joke to you? Yeah. Is this AI? Look at the symbol Oompa. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Isn't it so funny? Ha 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 ha. Bro forgot Cantonese. I learned English when I was 10 years old, and it's my second language. Hebrew is my first language. Okay, cool. Trefoil not. Dude, am I getting sick? I think I might be getting sick. No one talking about the Toki Pona symbols, images, the Oompa. Oh, wait, no, sorry, Toki Pana. And everyone's talking about it. English easy AF. Just watch vids with English speaking people. As a native Tokyoponian, I mean, with a profile picture, with this profile picture, yeah, I think with that profile picture, you're young enough to be an actual native Tokipona seeker. Not saying you could do that, but if your parents wanted to, they probably could. Native? Yeah. Anyway, uh, I've already read, because the thing is, Tokipona hate comments on this video. They're basically like, this language is stupid. But I think that might be partially because this guy does not know what he's talking at all. Yeah? Or something like that, I don't know. Butterfly. Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that kid I was talking about earlier, who went to my class. He also, because as we all know, I live in America, in the world. But there's the allophone. So like the word water is pronounced with a rhotic sound, a rhotic consonant. But when he first came to the school, he was pronouncing. He wasn't doing that. He was actually so disconnected from everyone else that he said, "No, if you say water and not water, you sound dumb and stupid." But after like a few years of being around everyone, he eventually started talking like everyone else. But it's crazy that at that point in his life, he still wasn't doing that just because of the lack of contact that he had with other people before he came to the school. Kule, sinapona ala. Yeah, here's one of the comments I found. Just learn 130 English words instead. So basically, ASL was spoken. Well, you see, no. Like, what if everyone on Earth learned Tokipona for very basic interlanguage communication in emergencies, traveling, etc.? Like Esperanto, but super basic and less bad. On the emergency topic, it'd be very impractical to learn a whole new language only to say a few words like "help me" or "my house is on fire." Almost everyone knows how to write SOS or sure. But how about non-emergency situations like "where's the bathroom?" "How much?" or "what's your name?" Relatively simple things, but still might take a decent amount of effort to act out or translate with a language barrier. You don't need to learn a whole new language. Tokipona wouldn't take more than a few days to learn. Well, where did I leave off? In the same breath, you probably wouldn't be able to talk about philosophy or open a bank account in Tokipona, but with the context and a bit of effort, I can imagine you could use it to talk. I could imagine you could use it to decent results in the right simple situations. About emergencies, sure, SOS, or just desperate screaming will probably get people's attention to help you. But Tokipona could be used to describe and give more context depending on the emergency, such as something along the lines of "where does it hurt?" I don't speak Tokipona, though I'd like to teach myself, and I understand that these example sentences probably don't have easy direct translations. This is the nature of Tokipona, but I think with a bit of back and forth and tactically descriptive wording, it could be quite helpful. I mean, he's sorta wrong, sorta right. Like, he has the idea down, but I don't think he really understands. Kitas and Takalu. Suto Patikuna. You cannot learn Tokipona in one day. Good job, you know. The start of Newspeak. So many people getting pissy about a stupid language made up that sounds like it was created by a 4-year-old. I hate conlangs. They're like normal languages except that. And I've seen this comment before. Every time I see this, I just laugh. It's like, what is that even supposed to mean? They're like normal languages except bad. Esperanto speakers would like to have a word with you. Alright, I still hate Esperanto. It's the worst of them all. Alright, no matter what. Comparing Tokipona and Newspeak is not cool, IMO. Yeah, because the thing is, you can see Tokipona and Newspeak, you can compare them as in they have like simple grammar, less words. But the thing is, Newspeak is made to restrict the vocabulary, and Tokipona is made to have as much possible, to be able to talk about as much as possible. So this is actually another constructed language. Nah, I skip it. Thanks for the video, though. The great vowel shift and its consequences. I see many words similar to Polish language. I mean, I think like oko is. So basically, it's Newspeak from 1984. What? I was just joking. This language has to be a joke, right? It's so wildly impractical, not to mention ridiculous sounding. Why would anyone even bother? It was an accident, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's me. Who taught him? A baby? Actually, I think a baby would be better. Tokipona is just made up Singlish wannabe. Why is motte pronounced with one syllable? My assumption is that they would not use silent e contraction to modify the character. Yeah. You want to know why? It's because the creator of this video is a stupid idiot. Tokipona sounds like an English person trying to speak another language with a very thick English accent. No, that's just him. I'm gonna reply that. No thanks, I prefer to learn language at Planeta instead. It actually teaches you about other languages of real human talk, and it makes sense. Cool Newspeak, bro. Oh, hey, look, there's this guy. Hey, look, it's you. Moot. I've seen so many people with quitas and tacos, piefis. This seems like the vocabulary of North Korea. 5 colors. What the frick? There's no green. Sonya Lang? More like so language. What? What? More like so language. Neat. An invented language that makes it harder to communicate concisely. This sounds more complicated than just speaking English. Oh, here, look, it's me. That's my reply. Double plus good. Is this like a newspeak meta comment? Are you making fun of Tokipona? Is that what you're doing? Oh yeah, I saw this. People be pressed about a Reddit language. What is that? What is a Reddit language even supposed to mean? What is a Reddit language? I actually replied to this recently. But I was pressed about a Reddit language. Does it qualify English as a Reddit language too? Oh, I haven't read this one. I deeply dislike the philosophy of Tokipona. It's a perfect example of why minimalism is potentially poisonous in my book. But I especially dislike the small subset of its users who suggest it as an international auxiliary language. Me too! That's because, going by many of their community examples, so much practical in Tokipona relies on English connotations associated with words, which rather undermines the point of having a non English vocabulary in the first place, and certainly undermines the point of an IAL. I don't like the part about English connotations, but I like how you know that Tokipona isn't an IAL. What are the replies? Hmm. Well, you should first know that this video gets absolutely nothing right about the ideas behind language. So if this is the first you've heard of Tokipona, then you still know nothing about it. With that said, I'm curious what you think is potentially poisonous about minimalism, and how it comes through in Tokipona. It is far from the first time I've heard of Tokipona. I first encountered it years ago, and I'm basing this on admittedly loose observations from a few very visible advocates for it over the intervening time, as well as what reading I've done on the language and the philosophy behind it. I should perhaps clarify in advance that as an art project or a philosophical damn, or a philosophical experiment, I don't necessarily have anything against Tokipona. It's an interesting idea, even if I don't personally extract a lot of value from it. As something advocated in a broader sense, though, as something people get deeply invested in, well, see below. Why can minimalism be poisonous, and how can that come through in Tokipona? It boils down to the rejection of complexity. The dichotomy Tokipona sets up between needing extreme circumlocution, whatever, or extreme ambiguity that relies entirely on context. The idea that either paring things away or abstracting them is necessarily good, as expressed in the choice to have exactly one word for both simplicity and goodness, with the intended implication that non-simplicity equals badness, and then to put that in the name. Ultimately, suggesting that less complexity. The suggestion that less is inherently positive. In my perception, it's a fascinating blend of intellectual elitism of the oh you have to be smart enough to work out how to say what you want with such a restricted palette of words flavor, with the anti-intellectualism of the complex notions are not simple and that's the same as not good variety. There's a whole not fair to blame the issues with the empty white painted room set on people interested in the conlang, so I'll refrain for now. Here, I'll translate your comment to Tokipona, doing my best to keep core meanings intact, and the new literal translation back in English. I'm not reading all that. And here you demonstrate exactly the thing I was talking about. This simultaneous anti-intellectual, complex, and precise language is bad, actually. With a pseudo-intellectual, if you can't phrase Tokipona, you're bad at communicating and need to learn to write musically. This is exactly what I mean about it being poisonous. Thanks for demonstrating. Tokia. The dichotomy my Tokipona sets up between needing extreme circumlocution and or extreme ambiguity relies entirely on context. I think instead of removing everything that's simple. First, I wouldn't say it really isn't circumlocution, but in-depth explanations. Tokipona provides the simplest building blocks with its vague wording. With this, the idea of Tokipona isn't just to kill all complexity, but it is to break down that complexity. Think about what it means and then reassemble it with Tokipona. When translating from English, you're not merely just translating the phrases or that meaning and then express what that meaning is. Oh, I'm getting a. Your connection is unstable. Oh, die. Circumstances. The complexity that was trying to be expressed is wholly unnecessary and can be cut away. Make a communication a more meaningful and honest experience. Still, other times you will have to go into a thorough explanation. These explanations can be clear, clever, and enlightening to what you're trying to say. A lot of Tokiponists describe it like trying to explain everything to a 5-year-old, having to build concepts from the ground up without having the base of previously established complex ideas like we have in English to fall back on. It's not that you just it's not that you just have to not express complex ideas in Tokipona. And I do mean vague, they're not ambiguous, because Tokipona words do have meanings that are mostly defined, fluid, and general, but not ambiguous because of having multiple meanings. It's one main general meaning behind the word. Secondly, the philosophy of Tokipona's reliance on context connects very well with its simplicity. When reflecting something's meaning, Tokipona allows you not to just reflect on what it is objectively, but subjectively. You have to ask yourself what that thing means to you. Tokipona questions the need to express information if it is neither important to the conversation or will distract from what you are really trying to say. Hopefully this isn't a bad example. Tokipona might highlight that a library or forest bench area are actually the same thing, in the context of someone needing a calm and quiet place to study. In this context, in English, to then say you want to find a library to study in actually limits what you're trying to say, if that you want a quiet place to study. The existence of a library as a library, with its books and librarians and computers, may be totally irrelevant. Tokipona centralizes the meaning. Okay, that's admittedly a bit of a messy example and explanation, but hopefully you get the picture. You may notice that this specific idea of simplicity, describing that you don't just want a library, for example, isn't just a Tokipona thing, and people can say that just fine in English. This is totally true. I and a lot of other Tokiponists think it would be great if people speaking English reflected more on what they were really trying to say and spoke more genuinely. I think this is a lesson that many Tokiponists learn through Tokipona. Another short point. Although Tokipona is often branded as being both good and simple, simple in a bad way is still Ike, and complex in a good way is still Pona. It may be defined as simple, and in basically all practical cases, things that are simplified become better, but calling bad simplicity a Pona Ike or something isn't really how the language works. Anyways, I do personally think of Tokipona as a cute little philosophical artling that shouldn't ever be an IAL. It's not just that a lot of Tokiponists recognize IALs as not as great as many think they are, describing how IALs feed into cultural genocide that would be a long unrelated rant, but Tokipona isn't meant for such a large scale. I do agree there. Bona, best wishes. Thank you, Posty Yellow, for your comment. It is more productive than mine. I apologize to both of you that I am unable to take this seriously. I made my comment because I wanted something to translate for fun, but also to make fun of the complex and precise writing, which is in fact just cluttered and embellished. Oh, and also because completely rephrasing, I would have no idea what the hashtag percent sign caret dollar sign you were talking about XD. The empty white painted room set. Language only works if the symbols you're using have a shared meaning with the others, you know. Anyway, please read Palaciello's comment. They're engaging with you, and they are engaging with you very honestly. But I'd love to read your thoughts about Toki Pona flavored minimalism in class dynamics. That was out of left field. Pona. Pilmio sin pakalala taso onalipana ala isonapona la mitoki ante halipona. Toki Pona class dynamics. I don't know how Toki Pona would influence that, but the idea at least sounds very interesting. Ioni Lilon. Uh, maybe TPT Nasi will finally be useful in Sine. Whatever. How they make the shittiest language ever. Unconcise, sounds bad, and inefficient. That's what happens when you get an awful introduction to it. Imagine you're learning English. You want to talk about coffee, but you don't know the word for it. You could say the very hot brown liquid with caffeine that more often than not has sugar and or cream in it. Or you could point at a cup with coffee in it and say that drink. The latter is what you actually do in Tokipona. The former is what half as interesting things you do in Tokipona. Looks like someone else. Looks like someone tried to learn an entire language with very different grammar to their own in 30 hours. It sounding bad is entirely subjective, and it being inefficient is kind of the point. The simpler the language, the more inefficient it is. I suppose Esquil will be your dream language. Word for coffee is just Telewawa or Telepimia Wawa. You're wrong a little. So it's like French, but more useless. That's gotta be a joke. That's gotta be a joke. No way someone typed that. So it's like French, but more useless. Welcome to Have It Interesting, the show that gets facts wrong about your favorite conlang. Sounds like Simlish. Maybe because he's just pronouncing it as like a Toki opponent, as just English, which is kind of what Simlish is. It's basically just if you don't know the language, then this guy's pronunciation of Toki Pona and actual Simlish are really just gibberish with an English accent, or really an American accent. I would click on this, but I don't want to have to scroll all the way up. This sounds like Newspeak. Toki Pona feels like it's one step away from Newspeak. It takes an average of 30 hours to learn in one 24-hour day. Maybe the channel should be called Half is Factual Lol. True. Nampak tu, lilila. Nanpa so lilisame. Mute. Nasa. What is this? I don't want to click on this. So this language is basically minimal variable product, which is interesting, but not particularly useful. Basic English would be more useful to learn since it's simple, has wide support, allows simple communication with English, and can later be expanded into the full-blown English language. Not a language. And he's so confident about that too. Tokibona isn't a language. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Replies. How? Seems legit. Now I can understand what the Sims are saying. Physical pain. Literally newspeak, LMAO. Oh no, I accidentally clicked on something. No. Whatever. So, it's just French, but more useless. Alright, I'm probably gonna get off. I've been streaming for like 2 hours. So, yay.